probably sipping mojitos and soaking up the sun in Cancun. In less than 24 hours, Patrol Officer Marty Hogan became Chicago's new obsession. For weeks, those awful clips filled the airwaves from Bangor to San Diego and every podunk town in between. Love her or hate her, everyone had an opinion about the female cop who'd gone off the deep end and beat a male suspect to near unconsciousness. It didn't matter that the bastard had shot and killed a little girl. A 9-year-old hostage guilty of nothing but being in the wrong place at the wrong time. How horribly ironic that a kid's murder didn't garner even half the coverage. Goddamn vultures. Even now, Marty still received letters and threats. She got so much mail, in fact, that she'd changed her address to a post office box, mostly for personal safety reasons. She'd changed her phone number, too. 3 times, to be exact. But the diehards still found her. In a bizarre twist, about half of the people who took the time to contact her praised her actions on that fateful day. People were tired of crime, tired of criminals getting away with murder. Now was their chance to chalk one up for the good guys, give the girl a promotion, pin a medal on her jacket. Reality hadn't been so kind. 6 days after the incident, Marty was fired from a career she'd spent 8 years building. She'd been charged with felony assault, a serious offense that could have garnered hard time and a $10,000 fine. But after an expeditious trial, the jury had taken into consideration the extenuating circumstances, and the charges were ultimately dropped. Of course, that didn't help when the threat of a civil suit still hovered over her head like a pall. Sometimes the irony of the whole thing was just too much. Now, having faced professional ruin, incarceration, financial devastation, and public ridicule, Marty almost wished Caprock Canyon was on another planet. Shoving thoughts of the past aside, she idled down the main thoroughfare, which was aptly named Cactus Street. The old pang sounded in her belly when she passed the police station. That same emotion twisted inside her every time she so much as looked at a cop or a black and white. She could only describe it as a longing for something that was lost. Dreams were so damn hard to let go of. She watched as a young officer with the requisite crew cut and Arnold Schwarzenegger physique crossed the sidewalk to a white Explorer emblazoned with the Caprock Canyon PD insignia. He looked sure of himself, cocky, happy and secure in his job. A young person with his entire future before him. Marty had been him a lifetime ago. Don't screw this up, she thought, but cruised past the building, hating it that she didn't have the guts to pull in. Berating herself for putting off the inevitable, she turned around in a Lutheran church parking lot and sped back through town. The young officer and his cruiser were gone when she reached the police station. Pulling into the empty space, she studied the red brick facade. The structure was a neat 1-story building with double glass doors and 5 reserved parking places in front. She thought about the chief of police and wondered what kind of man would hire a cop with her reputation. A schmuck, probably. Gripping the steering wheel, Marty broke a sweat beneath her wrinkled khaki slacks and jacket and tried not to hear the little voice in her head telling her this was a bad idea. She needed to go inside. She was already 10 minutes late. Not a great way to make a good first impression. But she was nervous, seriously depressed, and for the first time in a long time, she was scared. Really, really scared. The irony of that burned. Up until that day...